Testing, testing. Okay, that should work. Testing, testing. Okay. We should be good now. Welcome, everybody. So I see we got 4 people watching. So let's start, shall we? All right, so the first thing I want to go ahead and talk about is favorite tech. If you have a favorite tech of the year, please don't hesitate to put in the chat. So my favorite tech, I want to talk about some of my favorite things here for 2020 is the M1 MacBook Air. So I've actually been using this thing for about 2-3 weeks now. It's the new computer. I didn't do an unboxing of this thing because I do videos. I do a lot of unboxings and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, like how can I tech this video out and just make it good. So I decided I'm just gonna open it. I'm not gonna put much of a fuss about it. But basically, this computer is running the new Apple chip, and I like it because it's so light. I can't shut it because I'm actually live streaming from this. But it's so fast, so sleek, so portable, and it's so good that I'm impressed with it. So this thing is awesome. And let's see, we have one comment that says, okay. Oh, okay, now I see. Okay, it just tells me the people that are joined, I guess. Cool. Chromebooks. Oh yeah, so what would your opinion be on Chromebooks? Chromebooks are really cool. Like, if all you need is a browser, they're good, and they have great accessibility. So that's nice. There's actually a Chromebook that I saw on Amazon that there was a point I was close to getting it. So let me find it and I'll show you it. It looks so good. So let me find it. It's actually a Samsung Chromebook that looks really good. This thing is actually really sleek. That's one thing about Chromebooks. They're so sleek and slim that you can literally fit them in. You can fit 2 or 3 of them in a manila envelope, which is crazy. I like the fact that they're always connected too. Like I have this Mac and I'm like, man, I wish I had LTE all the time. So there's good amount of Chromebooks. The one Chromebook you don't want to get though, from the reviews, Google has its own Pixel book. That thing didn't do so well. But there's so many third-party Chromebooks that are actually really good. I'm trying to find the one that I saw. I put Samsung Chromebook, but I'm not getting the one that thing was so sleek. It was a Samsung Chromebook. Anyway, I guess they don't have it on here anymore. Interesting. But Chromebooks are good, especially now that they can run Android apps. That's a huge advantage. That makes it really, really nice. But yeah, I couldn't find it, I guess. Oh well. I wanted to find it so that we can be able to go ahead and talk about it. But it's a Samsung Chromebook. They're all really thin and sleek. Also, it's a affordable way to get into Android. They all have Android apps compatibility. Yeah, it's really cool. So my favorite tech, besides this thing here, this MacBook Air, by the way, starts from $999, and it's probably one of Apple's cheapest laptops. I didn't get that base model. I actually got the $12.99 version that has the 1 terabyte and 16 gigs of RAM, because I need that storage and I need that RAM for video editing, for a lot of stuff. Even though I still have an external hard drive where I store a lot of my stuff because it's encrypted. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, I'm going to put the computer here aside for now. The second thing that I feel so I was gonna grab my phone, but I'm actually recording from the 12 Pro Max as the webcam. So yeah, I can't grab that. But the iPhone 12 Pro Max, that thing, I mean, the color, that blue, it just looks so good. And they actually sold pretty well. I'm gonna set up the screen sharing here for a minute. So, okay, hopefully you can hear me with the screen sharing, I'm hoping. All right, I'm gonna show you something really cool. So if we go to the Apple iPhone site, the 12 Pro Max, this phone has, it's been so sleek. I mean, the gold color looks great, but we got so many good phones. So we got the iPhone 12 and 12 mini, which was crazy good. And then, we got the Pros as well, which blew my mind. That was quite good. All right, I'm just trying to see what's going on here with the audio and video delay. But yeah, we got really good iPhones this year with the Pros. I'm actually more surprised than ever of what we got. It was incredible to see that. Trying to see what's going on with OBS. Bear with me here. OBS is acting a little weird. So bear with me. Cam scene. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to do that. So I'm messing with OBS so that I can share my screen with you guys. Because I want to bring up websites and I want to show you stuff. It's the best way to do it. Okay, there it is. Now this should work. Please work. Come on. Okay. There it is. Okay, cool. So yeah, we get the iPhone 12 phones, which is awesome. And I'm just excited to see that, we got such good phones. And they've been so good so far. The only complaint I say is like the battery on the 12 minis. They don't seem like they're that good. People complain about the battery and all these things, but it is what it is. You want a small phone. You got to do what you got to do. But for voiceover users, it's different because the battery. When it comes to battery, you literally have the screen turned off. So for voiceover users, you're gonna get good screen size. All right, I'm gonna go back to cam share here, so I gotta show something else. All right, so let's go into cam share for now. There we go. So yeah, that's been such a really cool thing. To see that, the iPhone grow in such a dramatic way. I mean, we've had so many really cool progresses, and this year, besides the pandemic, I don't know, like, what do you guys think of tech this year? I think this year's been such a good year when it comes to tech because of the fact that we actually were able to accomplish a lot. So, this year, Apple had their own Apple chips. Samsung made the foldable, which the Fold 2 is a huge upgrade from the Fold 1. But I still have my Fold 1 because this Galaxy Fold, for a visually impaired person, this thing has been revolutionary for me. I mean, the fact that I can have a tablet in my pocket, it's awesome. And I'm not upgrading this thing until the Fold 3. It's no need. I mean, currently right now, if you want a good folding phone, go for the Fold 1. It's fragile, so if you If you drop your phone a lot, then that may not be the phone for you. But if you're gentle with your technology, it's such a good phone. The Fold 2, if you can get the Fold 2 though. The Fold 2 is the best. You don't have to be so fragile with it. It's actually really good. But smartphones have been really good this year. I'm honestly kind of shocked to see what's been going on with smartphones. We've gotten so many advances in the tech world that I just wish that, you know, we would be able to like celebrate it better, because we haven't been able to celebrate this this tech season accordingly because of all the stuff that's going on right now. So I'm fixing stuff that I'm talking about here. So, you know, it's been a really weird year, but we've gotten a lot of tech advancements. We've gotten some really upgrades. For example, Tesla. You know, they showed off. They actually you know, talked about in the video. There's a video not directly from Tesla, but somebody who's a friend of Elon Musk's with this Model S. I forget the name, but that thing is crazy. That thing is so good. Do you have a Discord server? Actually, that's not a bad idea. Discord server. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I may look into doing that. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, you know, this year has been so good with tech, and we got the Airpods Max. I'm actually looking forward to getting them at some point. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Love your shows. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kimberly. Thanks for joining the live stream. But you know, we're here to talk tech, and if you have anything that you like, any tech that you like this year, feel free to post it in the chat. You know, there's something this year that came up that I want to bring up here live and see, you know, everyone's thoughts on. The Apple Watch actually got the Braille display support. I actually did a video on that recently, and that thing, oh my god, that feature has spiked so many ideas for so many products that we can get. I mean, you could have a companion watch for your Apple Watch that has Braille. You know, there's so many cool things, so many cool tech that is hopefully going to come from the Braille display support on the Apple Watch. Some may say, oh, you know, why have that? Why have that on the Apple Watch? Why have Braille display support on the Apple Watch? But you know what? Why not? You know, there's future potential. So, honestly, you know, for 2021, things that we probably want to see. I hope Humanware comes out with a new version of the Trek that has like apps. You like the Apple Watch SE? Actually got that yesterday. Oh, nice. That's really cool that you got the Apple Watch for SE for Christmas. The Apple Watch SE is actually a solid watch. I mean, it's basically almost the same as the Series 4, but without the ECG. And honestly, I have the Series 4, and I never use ECG. Like, the SE is such a solid watch because it has everything you need, and then, you know, all these niche features, health features that, you know, you may not need because you may be a healthy person or whatever the case may be. You know, it's such a good watch. It's an overall good watch, and Apple's SE lineups have been really good. The iPhone SE, the Apple Watch SE, you know, you get the latest processors, you know, everything, you know, that you can imagine when it comes to like, you know, the useful tech, and then all the add-ons that are extras, you know, they don't put them on there. Like the notch on the iPhone, there's no notch. This is your typical home button, and it's just so good the way Apple does it, and it's great. You know, the SE models are good. So now the thing I want to talk about, Apple Car. I'm gonna have to reset this window. Hold on, because Apple Car is actually really, really interesting. because of the fact that with Apple Car, we are going to be able to accomplish so much, like self-driving. Okay, what Tesla's doing right now is great, but I see Apple the only people who can probably surpass Tesla in automation. And Apple's supposed to announce the Apple Car in 2021 and then deliver in 2024. So I'm excited for that. Let's see. What new handheld electronic magnifier will be coming out? Anything better than the Snow 7 and Explorer? You know, I honestly hope that with handheld magnifiers, you know, they've been kind of stagnant. I feel like it's been the same, you know, typical. They've been gotten a little bit smaller, you know, more compact. But I want to see some, like a case or something that has the magnifier built into it, and that you can put a case on your phone and have that with you all the time. I want to see something like that in 2021. You know, I this market has been, it's been so predictable in the past 5 years when it comes to you know, magnification. You know, the only thing that they've done extra, like handheld magnifiers, have been pretty much stagnant. And honestly, I want to see that, you know, phone attachment for handheld magnifiers. You know, wearable magnifiers have been great. There's so much advancements that I've seen. But then when it comes to like handheld magnifiers, I hope they do something new. I hope, you know, they get creative. I had a handheld magnifier that I used for a while. It's the Connect 12, and then you would detach it from the dock, use it portably, and then attach it again. But it was using this weird connector, and I returned it for repair, and I never got it back from the Division of Blind Services. They said, oh, we're going to repair it. I never got it back, and because now I work from home, I don't really go to a college anymore. I do, but it's online. I don't need it anymore. But, you know, that's why I haven't put a fuss about it. But, you know, honestly, I hope to see magnifiers with USB-C and not these weird connectors. That's my biggest gripe with technology right now, assistive technology. They're using old technology for their magnifiers. They're like, oh no, we're going to have this weird 30-pin dock connector instead of USB-C. And that's why I haven't gotten mine back. A little side tangent. So, do you think they would come up with an iPad SE? They have. Okay, there's no iPad SE, but if you want to consider an SE version, I say the SE version is the $350 iPad. That thing is good, and it's actually very affordable. You know, it doesn't have like a notch or anything, or like, it's just simple home button, you know, your normal iPad. But for the price, you get the, you know, a fairly new processor. I think it's the A11 processor on there. You get one of the new processors. Let's see, what processor do you get on this? Okay, let's see. iPad 20. Let's see. Oh yeah, you get the Apple A10. That's a fairly A10 Fusion. So you get a fairly new processor for around $350. That thing is good. It's powerful. You can do a good amount of stuff on there. So the next question is, have you used the Compact? No, I haven't used the Compact 10 magnifier. I've never heard of it. Let's search it and see. Compact 10. Let's see. So, oh yeah, the Optelec Compact 10. Let's take a look at it. Let's see. I haven't used it, but it looks good. I mean, that thing looks like a nice college magnifier, especially in that upright position. That's really nice magnifier. I like that when they're versatile, that you can tilt them, and it's got like the thing on the bottom where you can place stuff in. It looks good, honestly. The 10 inch is a perfect screen size too. Anything bigger than 10 inches, for like portability stance, it just feels weird. But since this has like it's a 10-inch, but it feels like it's leaning back a little bit, and it has like this. It feels, I don't know, like it looks portable, which is nice. It would be the same as putting away a 10-inch tablet, I assume. So that's really cool. Just got a Pi 4. Nice. Yeah. There's so many things you can do with the Pi 4. Actually, there's a good amount of stuff you can do. Lots of DIY projects too. Did you ever have a Linux machine? So I haven't had like a dedicated Linux machine. I actually use a lot of like cloud service, but I use the command line on my end using SSH. For like server side stuff. I have a lot of projects that I'm working on that have servers for like backends, for apps and stuff, and I really enjoy using it that way. I did a video a couple years ago on how to get accessibility on Linux, and that video did fairly well. Linux is very versatile. The screen reader on there and the magnification is all really good. Let's see. Yeah, Orca, the Orca's screen reader, it's good. I wish we had like something that that, because with Orca, like when I used it, I wish we can have like more versatility, more modifications, and we can actually have something at the level of like JAWS on there. But it's fairly solid. At least you can put like braille displays on there, and it's got your basic toolkit that you need as a screen reader. But yeah, I've been out of the Linux game for a while because with Mac OS now, a lot of Linux stuff works natively, so I didn't really do that. I have the Pi 4. I had like my own sort of VPN thing for a while too, which that's what I use it for now. Let's see. Have a dedicated screen reader like Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, let's see, and Chrome OS. Yeah, I don't quite understand your question. Bop It Master 16. Cool name, by the way. I grew up playing the Bop It. That was such a cool game. Let's see. With NVDA remote. Oh, that's so cool. You can control Orca with NVDA remote. Huh. That's a nice thing to have for sure, especially if you're working server side. The nice thing about all these, with Linux is the versatility. That you can do these kind of things. At some point, it's like I admire these people who write screen readers, because that stuff is so low level that I've looked into it and I'm like, oh, contributing to an open source project like that is insane. Yep. That's for sure. Mr. Apple. That's so true. Yeah, pull it, twist it, and bop it. Yeah, that game brings good memories for sure. They got some new ones too now that they're not as famous as they used to be, but they're still kind of hanging around. Yeah, there's like so much tech now that when you look back at like these games like Bop It, and you look back at like the stuff we used to do years ago when it comes to like assistive technology, it's like whoa, I wish that a lot of that we can that a lot of this generation we better enjoy some of that, because now it's all digital, and like a lot of these digital games that are accessible, like true accessible games, are not as common as like before, where you just have like physical, like I guess, toys that you would be able to play with and talk. I don't know. There's this lack of accessible games digitally that I just wish would be growing. I want to contribute to that market at some point, but it's a matter of time. Have you used Orcam? So, I actually have used I've gone and seen like the Orcam stuff, but I actually tend to use TapTapC because it's like real people. How do you control Orca? A lot of the keystrokes are similar to your typical screen reader. When I did that video, I actually didn't dive too far into the key commands, but a lot of it is very similar. There's certain changes with Linux that are specific to it, just like any OS. But your general and your national tab, shift tab, that kind of thing stays the same. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, they could do that with a keyboard and do it digitally. It would be cool to to get more accessible games. That game, I think it brought memories because of the fact that there was this competitive thing about it too, about the Bop It. We need a revolutionary accessible game like that now. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna fix something here so that I can do some screen share and show you guys some stuff. I actually have this zoomed in the window for the camera because I'm using a software that likes to watermark the logo, but forget about the watermark. I'm gonna have to do this way. So this year, there's been so much. It's been so weird. Like this NFB conference, for those who attended, it was very weird. Like looking at the demos of products, it's like, okay, yeah, we got the demo, but how? Like, if we want to go back to it, I like to do the live coverage on the NFB conference because of the fact that we were able to, be like, okay, here's this product. Okay, there we go. I fixed it now. It doesn't look as it should, but I'm fixing it as I speak. So, we need more. I hope that next year at the NFB conference, we can be there in person, because I want to be there and experience all this tech and talk about it. I feel like this year, it's been harder to see what's new in the assistive technology because we weren't there personally. For 2021, honestly, I hope that we see some more tech related to. Okay, sorry about that. I'm moving the image around. I'm just making sure that I can center this so that I can show you other stuff here in a minute. Okay, that should be good enough. All right. That should be good enough. Okay. So, for 2021, I hope that we see. I hope that we see the Apple Car thing and that we get announcements for that. I hope Tesla starts testing self-driving with us visually impaired and totally blind people. So basically, right now, Apple Car and Tesla rumors. It's gonna get wild. Robo taxis. We're even decided they're not gonna have a need to drive, which is crazy. I really, what is it? I really want to have a Bop It for Mac. Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, a Bop It for Mac. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Can you show that? Can you show off Linux virtual machines? That'd actually be an interesting video. Yeah, I'll put that in my list of things to do a video on. I actually like getting video ideas because that way, I know videos that we can do. There we go. Yeah, so I'll definitely put that in the list of things because there's so many things with Linux, so many creative projects that you can do too with screen readers, and also I want to get into beacons. So I've used Soundscape for Microsoft. Soundscape is an app. If you haven't checked it out, I really recommend it. It has landmarks, and you can set landmarks, kind of like the maps on the Victor Reader. Except on the Victor Reader, you can't label them with text. You have to label them with your voice. Except, with Soundscape, it's a little more sophisticated than the Maps app on the Victor Reader Trek. It'll actually tell you what's around you, and it'll say the streets, it'll say everything, plus your landmarks, where your landmarks are oriented, left, right, or whatever. So it's solid. I can do something with Linux on Team Talk or so. Linux on Team Talk. I never heard of Team Talk. That's interesting. If Mr. Apple, if you're a creator or something, let us know what that. Let me see. Let me find out what that Team Talk thing is. Hold on. Because you're saying about Team Talk, I wonder if that's an app or what that is. Never heard of that. Team Talk. I always see things that I don't recognize, and I want to get to see what they are. TeamTalk.com. The latest. No, that's football news. So yeah, if you can see what you mean about Team Talk, I've never heard of that. Hi, I just got here. Do you have my recommendation for bone conducting? Okay, so Kim Lackey, I guess is how it's pronounced. So yeah, if you're talking about bone conducting headphones, I haven't dabbled into that one, but honestly, I'm kind of curious to review them at some point, because honestly, bone conducting headphones are so good for awareness, so that you can walk around and be aware of your surroundings. So I'm definitely gonna put that in the. Yeah, I put that on my list as well. So part of live streaming here is I like to see also recommendations of things. So far I got down the Linux virtual machines and bone conducting for video ideas, so that we can go over that. Bone conducting headphones are fascinating, honestly. The fact that you can listen to everything around you and also be able to listen to whatever you're listening to, music, whatever the case may be. I know that Humanware actually sells, when you buy a Victor Reader or Victor Reader Trek, they actually recommend bone conducting headphones. So let me see. I'm going to find them on the website, and then I'll pull them up on here. And I'll put them on the screen on live stream so I can show you. I can talk about the ones that Humanware recommends. And these headphones, I've heard good things about them too at the conferences and stuff. I've seen people wear these things. Humanware. When I look up the Victor Reader Trek, it usually shows them around there. Humanware Victor Reader Trek. Let's see. Yeah, it usually recommends them with the Trek. So that's the ones that I know that are fairly popular. Oh, they changed it, I guess. Let's see. I'm looking for those phone conducting headphones that I know that Humanware promotes. Okay, yeah, the Aftershocks. Here they are. So these are fairly popular. Let me go ahead and do a screen share here. The ones that are fairly popular are these Aftershock headphones. And I've seen people at the conferences wear these. They're bone conducting, and where's the price on these? Oh, here they are. Yeah, they're $170. I actually want to review these at some point because I've heard good things about them, and these things look solid, honestly. When you buy a Victor Reader Trek, they always recommend them, and some division of blind services or other services that give you your assistive devices. Some of them will actually recommend these headphones as something to give you with your Victor Reader because of the awareness enhancements. Even though there's just now things with adaptive noise cancellation. Active, what's it called? Passive or whatever, where it literally enhances your, it'll enhance your awareness by an array of microphones, like Apple HomePod Max, which, the HomePod Max, we gotta talk about that. Let me go ahead and go back to the camera here. There you go. So the HomePod Max, I want to review those things. Any recommendations for bone conducting? Okay, I already did that. Yeah, the HomePod Max. I'm kind of, I don't know what to think about these things. They look so good, and I've heard the sound quality is really good with the HomePod Max. I'm sorry, the AirPods Max. AirPods Max. HomePod. What am I talking about? AirPods Max. I've been saying HomePods Max this whole video. Yeah, the AirPods Max. They look so good, yet I just don't know. I feel like there's something about these that I can't put my finger on. Like it's not high quality audio, like audiophile type of headphones, yet for some reason they're $550. That's a little bit steep. So what's your thoughts? Like, do any of you guys actually have used them, or what are your thoughts on them as headphones? Because the AirPods are really good, the AirPods have been a top thing for me for a while. All these assistive devices are so expensive to the point where you can't afford it. Yeah, that's true. They are kind of too expensive. On Amazon, there's other ones, that are good too. I don't know if it's because they don't promote them, or I don't know what the deal is, but anything that is related to assistive technology, there seems to be price gouging, which honestly ticks me off. Like, why? Why? It should be the opposite, you know? So, let's see. Yeah, assistive technology, they just so much price gouging. I mean, I will say that the general tech community is getting a little bit of that now. We used to be the only ones who got a little price gouging. It looks like the whole tech community is now getting price gouged. So maybe that'll start some laws to stop price gouging, because you can't get the Xbox Series S, the Xbox Series X, or the PlayStation 5, or any computer parts, any common, tech right now. The Apple, the Airpods Max delivers almost in Q2 of 2021. Like, this is crazy. What's going on? Everything's being price gouged, and oh no, we're not in stock. We're limited stock. We used to get all this. Now everybody's getting this. I thought it would go away at some point, this whole price gouging thing, but it looks like it's just getting worse. But then if you go on Amazon, you have products that are not price gouged, which is, Amazon is so good. So let's see the Aftershocks. Let's see, how much are the Aftershocks on here? See, Amazon has other versions of the Aftershocks that they look less expensive. How much are these things? Hold on. $149. So it looks like Humanware is making about a $30 profit. So get them on Amazon. Don't get them from Humanware. Let's see what else. I understand Humanware though. You gotta make money. 119. So the cheapest bone conducting are Aftershock Air. So they look good, honestly. I don't see. Let me share this screen so I can show you. They actually look really good. I'll explain them here. So these Aftershocks, they're just they're the same kind of color as the other ones, so they're all black, or like a light gray type of color, and it's changing the image by itself without my permission. Amazon's such a I don't like the Amazon desktop site. Oh well, whatever. So yeah, those headphones, $119. I mean, you gotta do some research to see if what the difference between non-Aftershocks and Aftershocks. I would like to actually review those at some point and be able to compare different ones, and also compare open ear headphones as well. So I want to talk about let's see, hold on, there's these assistive where you can't yeah, okay, I already read that. Alright, so the next thing is, so what else can we talk about here? So the next thing, I guess, is what do we want to see for the Apple Car, and what does the Apple Car mean for assistive technology? So in my opinion, with the Apple Car, I feel like it's gonna be it's gonna have the same automation as like the Tesla ones, and the range is gonna be great. But most importantly, Apple is always accessibility forward. Tesla, on the other hand, they have this whole automation thing, but in their mindset, it's like, oh, I can kick back, put my feet up, and I can chill while the car's driving. And I'm like, these people don't realize that us blind, visually impaired people, we are the real market for these self-driving vehicles, not for these people who are too lazy to drive. No. We are the real market for this. Why? Because we are people who actually cannot drive. it is illegal and physically impossible. I mean, we can drive, but we'll crash. You know what I mean? Like, but you know, it's literally not possible for us to drive. We are the perfect market for these. Stop trying to market to, oh, you know, you can kick in the back, and no. Market the real people who have interest in this. So I see that Tesla's, they haven't said that they're doing that yet. I see Apple mentioning us since the beginning. We will be able to, you know, make cars that people who are blind or visually impaired can also get around from point A to point B. I see Apple doing that. Yet I've sat in Teslas, in the Tesla store, and I've dug through the settings, and I have yet to find any hints of a screen reader, of magnification, or anything like that. Which means that I see Apple being one of the first, because Apple has always done everything accessibility first. So I can get really passionate about that topic. But yeah, that's that. Okay, Neuralink. Okay, let's see. Okay, so yeah, okay, they should try the Neuralink chip to see how visually impaired, and yeah. Okay, Neuralink is going to be awesome. I actually made a video on that, I think it was last year. Neuralink, I can't wait for Neuralink to be ready. From what I've seen, I think it'll be ready in the next 10 to 15 years. And once Neuralink is on people and ready to go, we will be able to have these things. So, okay, first of all, we'll be able to have these things in our brain and be able to see almost completely and have like complete sight, just because this little chip is rerouting the signals of the brain to the Neuralink device, which will literally take the job from the damaged part of your brain and do the job correctly. In my case, it's the optic nerve, so this Neuralink will do the job of my optic nerve and my pituitary gland, and I'll be good to go. Now, my question is, if you have like a pituitary gland or optic nerve, these two things damaged, or multiple things in your brain that have issues, do you need like two Neuralinks, like one to handle each part of your brain? I'm curious about that. Or is it powerful enough that it can handle those two things? That'll be great. Now, for those who may not have read too much into Neuralink, Neuralink is for those who have a specific brain tissue damage. If your issue is like inside of your eye or something, I don't know if that'll work because it's not like in your brain. But if it's like something that is brain related, it can totally fix that. I mean, I say fix, but it's kind of a patch, like a temporary fix. Like, oh, as long as you have this machine on you, you should be fine. If you take it off, you go back to how you were before. But I'm excited for Neuralink. Let's see. Lots of counterfeit stuff on Amazon. You have to be careful. Amazon's actually gotten really good at detecting the counterfeit stuff, and it's very obvious when they are. If counterfeit stuff usually has weird names. But if you go into the special thing that you're buying, the product, and there's a store, visit such store. If it's authentic, it'll say, visit the Aftershock store, visit the Apple store if it's an Apple product, visit the such store. It'll say that. If it's a aftermarket, and if the product, for example, is an Aftershock product, and it'll be visit the Life is Good store, and then that's when you're like, what? Life is good? What? Who are you? That's kind of how I tell if something's authentic or not on Amazon, really. So let's see. Yeah, it's been this is so many things on Amazon. Amazon's another company, honestly, that I I admire them for their accessibility. Their Alexa devices. They're all accessible completely with voice view. Their Kindle devices, their tablets. Voice view is actually really nice. Um, I kind of wish voice view was talkback. I don't like talkback. I mean, I have it on my Chromecast with Google TV and on my Galaxy Fold, but I don't, that voice with Chrome with not Chromecast, that voice with talkback. Talkback feels like it's been an iteration in the past 10 years. 12 years technically. I feel like voice view because it's been written like a couple of years ago, 2012 I think, so about 8 years ago. It feels so much newer. It feels that voice is it's kind of like the Alex voice from Apple that like it breathes and it feels more human. That's how I feel like the voice view voice is, the female voice view voice. That thing is good. It's gotten so good. Yeah, that's good that you always look for their store, for the Amazon seller store. That way you can tell what's authentic. Let's see. They should try the new thing. Okay, read that. Yeah, Amazon's one of those companies. And for 2021, tech that I think we should see, honestly, is I hope to see um, I hope to see like some new Alexa devices, um, because and some more like the more portable ones, more genuine Amazon uh, Alexa speakers. I spell it out so that I don't trigger your devices, like an Echo Show but portable, because the accessibility on that thing is crazy, and how you can have Audible on there. It could be like a good useful tablet with the Amazon services on there. Um, so what tech? So I want to ask you guys. So what tech have you used in 2020? What tech have you gotten in 2020 that you feel has changed your life? Um, in my case, see, I asked this kind of question because it's a hard question for me to answer, and that's why I ask these questions because it makes me think too. But for me, it's been the Microsoft Soundscape app. Um, it took me a minute to think about that one, but the Soundscape app, I want to do a video on it, but I have to go somewhere to do this video, where you can do landmarks, and it's so much harder to get lost in a public place, with Soundscape. And you may ask yourself, like, oh, how do you get lost in somewhere if you can use your cane, you can memorize, you can ask people, and you can use maps. There's places that are so large that maps doesn't really work well. That you actually need to use Soundscape or like the Victor Reader. Soundscape has made me leave my Victor Reader at home, which is crazy. I used to keep my Victor Reader on me when I'm traveling to new places because of the fact that I can drop pins and I can get direction back to that pin. With Soundscape, I don't have to take my Victor Reader trek with me anywhere now. I could just, with my phone, open Soundscape, put a landmark, for example. I think I mentioned this in another video a couple weeks ago, maybe. Um, so many videos get thrown away because I don't feel like they're good enough to publish. So I may have said it in one of those, but I know I've mentioned it at some point that I went to a place in Orlando, to a theme park, about a month and a half ago, And I opened up the Soundscape app, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drop a pin, at my hotel, exactly at my room, and one at my room, and then one in the entrance, one like passing by the hotel building, and then I was walking from the eatery place that was across the street, and I was like, okay, perfect. I'm getting my directions. It said, which way to go. Oh, north. If it's north or south, or it'll basically tell you how far it is, and you basically follow those directions. It's not as precise as like the Victor Reader ones, but it's precise enough. It doesn't use the clock like the Victor Reader. It'll use the clock. It'll be like at 10 o'clock, at whatever. This just kind of tells you like the north, south, east, west type of thing, and then closer you get, it'll tell you at the amount of feet it is away, and then when you get less than like a feet away, it says you've arrived. And I basically did that, and when I got to the hotel building, I switched to the hotel room landmark, and then there I got my directions to the hotel room. Why is that important? Because that building, every building, sometimes even when you're visually impaired, it's hard to like look at the building number, especially if all these buildings looked identical. I'm not kidding, identical. I could not tell one building from the other. So basically, I used that thing, and that was a lifesaver. So I went. Okay, so a message from Kimberly. Okay, from Kimberly Fetterman. Says I went blind last year. The Bluetooth keyboard has been super helpful with my phone. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, the Bluetooth keyboard, I can see that for sure, especially with VoiceOver, and with TalkBack and with these screen readers. There's so many good shortcuts. I'm glad that the Bluetooth keyboard has helped you out with using your phone. It's definitely more convenient to use that than to touch type with a screen reader on the phone. So just new apps trying to decide. Just new apps trying to decide when to get a new iPhone, this year or next year. Okay, so this year, I feel like next year, if you get a phone next year, the upgrades are gonna be minimal. I feel like this year next year's gonna be like what's called the S year, so like the smaller upgrades. This year was a big one because we had 5G, we had the OLED for the 12 and 12 mini compared to last year where there was no OLED on the lower end models of the iPhones. We had a bigger Plus model this year, so 6.7 from 6.4 last year. 5G, which is faster internet, yet there's a lot of skepticism around it. I actually think it's the future, especially for assistive technology. Imagine using Ira with 5G. I mean, just literally no latency. So, yeah, I see that this is a pretty good year to upgrade because next year you're not going to get that many big changes. And honestly, all phones are OLED now. So if you're a VoiceOver user, you'll be able to save a lot of battery with OLED. Screen curtain on, OLED display, there's literally no power going to your display, except to the digitizer. Elon Musk and these rich guys should really sponsor assistive devices all over the world. Yeah, I mean, they should totally sponsor. That'd be cool. I would like to see Elon Musk, get into that world. If Elon Musk were to sponsor assistive technology, the things that we would get would be crazy. Imagine I mean, he's already doing Neuralink, which is awesome. But imagine what assistive technology from Elon Musk would be. He'd be like, "Oh, this device, it's so automated that it can, it can walk you across the street." Like, that guy is so brilliant. So that guy is really, really brilliant. So thanks, Bevan Weber, for that comment. That's so true. Like, if Elon Musk were to sponsor, I mean, you say, like, the big rich guys would sponsor, but honestly, the only one there, it would be like Elon Musk. Apple does already a lot of good assistive technology stuff. The only, like, big rich person out there, I think, that should dive into the assistive technology thing. Let's see, who else would be good at, going into the assistive technology world. The only good person there is Elon Musk, as you mentioned. Everybody else, I mean, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook accessibility is okay. Instagram's accessibility is okay. Google does some stuff indirectly in the world. Microsoft is doing such a good job. The assistive technology team is doing such good things, including that app that I told you earlier, the Microsoft Soundscape. I want to control my TV with my voice. I have iPhone, Google speaker, and speakers, and looking into a what? So what are your thoughts? So if you want to control your TV with your voice, and you have Apple, Google products, and you're working on getting an ALEXA Amazon product, there's actually ways to do this. So if you have LG ThinQ, like I have a LG TV here, for LG, you can actually get the ThinQ app for ALEXA, and for iPhone, which is Siri enabled, and for the Google Assistant, you can do that. If you have any other TV, let me see. There's something out there that uses IR, and you can control that with Digital Assistant. Let's see. Yeah, there's Alexa IR blasters, and also if you get a Fire TV Cube, instead of just getting a typical ALEXA product, if you get a Fire TV Cube, you can actually control your TV that way, but it has to be plugged into the TV that you're going to use. So let's see. Okay, so the 12 Pro will be upgrading from looking at getting the 12 Pro, will be upgrading from the 7 Plus. That's a huge upgrade from the 7 Plus to the 12 Pro. That is a huge upgrade. You're getting Face ID, you're getting 5G, you're getting OLED. Woof, you're getting a lot of you're getting the M1 chip, not the M1. I'm sorry, the what's it called? The I forget the name. It's the chip that Apple uses for like directional intelligence. So like when you point your phone at another device for airdropping, it's faster. The W1 chip, that's what it is. So you're getting that. It's a motion like awareness, like it's aware of devices around you. Um, you're getting quite a bit of stuff, honestly, including a screen size bump from 5.5 to 6.1, which is huge, and the screen's way bigger than what you're probably like. Okay, it makes that sound like a 0.6 increase diagonal screen size, but because you're getting rid of that bezel and the home button and like the forehead on the phone screen's gonna feel much bigger. Yet the body is gonna be just a little bit bigger, so it's a pretty big upgrade, and the cameras too. You're gonna get some really nice cameras. Let's see. You guys in America are so lucky that you can use phones and tech. Our assistive technology devices in public. Here in my country, can't people rob you and come up to you and grab your devices in public? Let's see. B. Van Weber. I totally understand that, and I'm actually from Venezuela originally, and when I've gone there for vacation, I used to have to like just not have my phone on me to be able to get around, and it is like a shame to not be able to use assistive technology. I mean, there is ways to use it technically, discreetly. One of those is like wearing a hoodie and like putting the headphone under the clothes and then like into your ear. But that's a risk that, it's not comfortable, and you're paranoid because you have it on you, and yeah, I totally feel the situation. Definitely something that it's a shame, that when crime is up that high. But yeah, I totally get what you mean. When I go to Venezuela, I went about 7 years ago. That was something that I was like, man, I can't have my tech on me. But eventually, assistive technology will get so good that you can have something like Neuralink in your head that is invisible to the outside world, and you can be using assistive technology, and nobody's gonna know. They're gonna be none the wiser. So, we're getting to the point where you'll be able to use assistive technology very, very discreetly, which is just awesome. I can't wait till we can use assistive technology in a discreet manner like that. So, let's see. Let's see what else we can discuss here, because there's so many cool things. I actually want to give a shout out to if you guys are interested in smartphones. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to MKBHD, the tech YouTuber. He did a smartphone awards, and he actually gave the 12 mini the smartphone of the year, the smallest smartphone of the year award. What's it called? The compact smartphone of the year. That was awesome. To be honest, the 12 mini and then the 12 Pro Max got the best camera phone of the year for video and audio. Not for video and photos. So basically your overall camera. So the iPhone this year did such a good leap. And when it comes to the Android market, what I was surprised about, a lot of these tech YouTubers, including MKBHD, they gave the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE, And I want to talk about, the reason why I brought this up is because I want to talk about the S20 FE Fan Edition. If you're a Samsung user or an Android person and you're looking to upgrade to a new phone and you have something like older than like the S8, the Fan Edition of the S20 is so good. And the prices, because of the S21 coming out in January next month, the prices of the FE is going to be going down. So the perfect time to get into one of those phones is literally now. If we look at the S20 FE on Amazon, there's a lot of good discounts on them after the holidays. So yesterday was the 25th, today's the 26th, and it's after the holidays. So look, S20 FE. So I'm going to search up S20 FE, and here it is. Samsung Galaxy S20 FE 5G, factory unlocked, $697, and it's such a good price. So you're basically getting just about everything from the S20, with a few things. And then here it is. You get one new release. Okay, so number one release. So $697. You get free shipping. Blah blah blah. They have different colors of it here. $699 is the price on this thing, and you're getting a lot of phone for the price. I wanted to bring this up after seeing this phone awards, and I think this is the best Android phone, to be honest. For people looking to upgrade and are on a decent sized budget, $699. And that's probably one of my favorite tech items of the holiday season. So the next phone I want to talk about here is the Oneplus Nord. So let's see, OnePlus Nord. So the other device, my second favorite smartphone of 2020, is going to be the Nord. Is it on here? OnePlus 17? No, I'm looking for the Nord. Let's see, Nord. Okay, so here it is, the OnePlus Nord. So they have the N100, which is not the normal one, but like these Nord lineups are so affordable, and you're getting a lot of phone for the price too. $229. And let's see. There's the Nord. Okay, so the N. They only have the N lineup here. So the N10, Nord N10 is an even cheaper one. This is $349. Interesting. Huh. So yeah, they have the N100 and the N10, but I want to show you the original Nord. So OnePlus Nord. This thing is such a good phone for the price, and you can actually get it on. Now see, they're only showing the 8T. OnePlus Nord. So yeah, the OnePlus Nord, it's a very affordable phone, but it's not available everywhere. I guess in the US it's not common, that's why I'm not seeing it. But the price of the Nord is 850 Australian dollars. See, how much is that in US? I know this is a very, very affordable phone. 850 AU to USD. Okay, I'm trying to find this pricing thing here. 645. Yeah, so it's about 650 US dollars for the Nord. And that phone is just such a good overall phone that thing is so good. Definitely a must recommend. So, what phone do you have? So I have the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which I'm recording from right now, and the Galaxy Fold, which is actually my daily driver for like content, like media consumption. So I use the Galaxy Fold. It's a folding smartphone. It came out last year in 2019. I haven't felt the need to upgrade to the Fold 2. Z Fold 2 is the new name, but this is the Fold, the original Fold. I mean, the screen is plastic. It's got a couple scratches. It's not that durable. Blah blah blah. But you know what? I'm gonna keep this thing until it breaks because of the fact either until it breaks until the Fold 3. But I don't think this thing's making it to the Fold 3. If I fold it and unfold it, I don't know if the microphone's caught that, but you can hear crinkling. The crinkling is because the hinge is getting really loose. So that phone has been my favorite media consumption. So to watch videos, play games. However, my workhorse, my main phone is the 12 Pro Max. I'm an iPhone guy first and an Android guy second. However, I am not, I'm like, okay, I love iOS, and iOS will always be my primary OS. But I like Android and its versatility, and I like having both. Because Android, like now, I'm going to have this new foldable form factor. I'm never going to own a non-folding Android phone ever again. My next Android folding phone is going to be either the Galaxy Z Fold 3, or no variation of that, or another phone that is better than that. But literally, any next Android phone that I get is going to be folding. And I can't wait till Apple has a folding phone too, but that's another story. So yeah, there's so much good tech. Now the only thing that the only tech item that I'm like, wow, I need to talk about this thing now, that I like to use it for audiobook listening, is actually the JBL Flip 5. Let's see, I'm going to show you this thing. Here it is. I love this JBL Flip 5. This speaker is so loud, so crisp. I pair this thing with my phone, and I literally get great audio quality. It's a good. I don't listen to much music. I listen to a lot of spoken word content, podcasts, books, and it's so good. Like, I take this thing to the shower because it's waterproof, and I'm actually getting another one to pair these things in a surround sound for books and everything. I want to get about this. I'm gonna buy my second one, but I think I'm gonna buy up to 4 of those things because I'm obsessed with it. It's a good speaker. You can connect multiple of them together and have surround sound. So that'll be really, really, really cool. So for those watching live right now, what's your favorite phones? What are you using right now? What is your daily driver? And do any of you have more than do any of you have both iOS and Android? And let's get some see what people are using now. Honestly, this year I feel like Samsung with the FE phone, that was such a killer phone, and like the OnePlus Nord was such a good phone as well. But I'm sticking to my Fold and to my iPhone 12 Pro Max for now. If you're interested in the camera by any chance of the iPhone 12, this is the standard camera. There's a wide angle, but I'm using a screen recording, like a camera capturing software. It's a cam. I forget what it's called, but it basically takes the phone and it shares it. You have the P20 Lite. That's interesting. Veben Weber. The P20 Lite, the Huawei P20. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, you know, let's see, P20. Yeah, that phone. You know, Huawei does really good phones, honestly. See, Huawei, yeah, the P20 Lite. Okay, so yeah, Huawei does really good phones. I just want to make sure I was ranting about Huawei before, and I wanted to confirm that it was Huawei first. But yeah, the Huawei P20 Lite, like, Huawei makes really good stuff. Honestly, I like the Huawei, the what was it, the folding version of the Huawei phone. I like their way of doing it, which was like the folding screen was on the outside, but it didn't come to market here in the U.S. So probably would have gotten that instead of the fold because I like the market. My dog's trying to get up on the bed. Up, go, Ricky, up. There you go. Yeah, so we got a little guest on the stream here. We got my dog. So yeah, there's plenty of good phones. I think nowadays it's hard to get a bad phone. I think that the only phone that this year that I'm not a fan of is the Pixel 4a. Not the 4a, I'm sorry, the 5a or whatever. Yeah, the 4a, that's what it is, the 4a. The Pixel 4a and the Pixel 5, because they're all like mid-rangers, and Google hasn't changed the camera. They're still, you know, based on their, you know, AI processing. They haven't changed that camera in 4 years. It's been the same camera since 2016, basically, because they're focusing on AI for their camera. Yet I loved the Pixel 3 XL. That was my favorite Pixel ever. That phone was so premium, and then they go to this, but then they didn't offer any options for the, you know, Pixel fanboys like me. I was a Pixel fanboy, but now I'm not. I'm not in the hashtag Pixel team anymore. Even though Google, if you want to send me a Pixel, I'm down for that. I still love your, you know, devices. I may like them. Doesn't mean I'm gonna spend my own money to buy them. You know, that's another story. But, you know, I don't know. I just didn't feel like spending the money to get a Pixel 5. I don't know. I didn't feel like getting one this year because of the cameras, and it just didn't seem worth an upgrade, like to have a third Android device as a Pixel. I like the Pixels because I like the phone company Google Fi, and I also love the native Google ecosystem. You know, just pure Android, no bloatware. Versus Samsung, I actually modify my Samsung devices so that I don't get that bloatware. Samsung fills it up with so many bad apps that you're never gonna use. But you know, I get it. You still have an old Galaxy Grand Neo that has Android 4 on it. Whoa, that's cool. You have one of the old Samsung phones. There's actually a community on I think it's on the internet of like people installing like custom mods. They're called ROMs on these old Samsung phones, and you can get some pretty cool stuff out of them. Some people use them as like webcams and stuff. So this year, I mean, so many good smartphones. Now I want to talk about the PC space. So in the PC space, there's actually been some really like creative computers. But my favorite so far this year, I'm a fan of like the Surface products, but the Surface Laptop 3 this year, that thing looks so sleek, and it's directly from Microsoft, so you're getting high quality stuff. And it's fairly powerful. And they also did the Surface Laptop Go, and that's an affordable version, so you can get into the Windows ecosystem for around 600 and something bucks, US dollars. So that was really, really cool to see, you know, that laptop. And there's also some high-end gaming laptops, like the Zephyrus Duo. It's a dual screen laptop that was really cool. That honestly, I like those. And there's been some good thinning lights too. You know, the LG Gram 17 came out this year. So, yeah, I think the LG Gram 17. Yeah, I think that came out this year. This year's been so weird. Some things, did it come out at the end of 2020 or 2019, or did it come out this year? LG Gram 17 release. I have to look up a lot of things because I'm like, when did this come out? LG Gram 17. 2020. Yeah, so the LG Gram got it 17 inches in 2020. And I like this laptop because it looks like an overall good large screen PC. Because LG Grams, they're called Grams because they're very thin and light. They're not the most powerful thing in the world, but they're good. The next, so the Surface Laptop 3, it looked like an overall good laptop. Let's see, I'll show you that now. Surface Laptop 3. So the Surface Laptop 3, I like this. I like the, you know, the design also. Stop bombarding me, Microsoft. I like the design because it looks more high quality now. It's more premium. I like the black model. It's kind of like a, they have like this weird like pinkish color, but I like the black model that you see here, because of the fact that it looks so premium, and it's I don't know, like it gives me that Apple vibe, that aluminum, that, you know, cold touch type of thing. And it's a solid PC. It's not the most powerful thing in the world, as I said. Surface laptops aren't powerful. If you want a good powerful PC, you got to go with like the, you know, like your thicker thicker XPS laptops. You got to go for, you know, the Lenovo ThinkPad lineup. But these are good thin and lights. These are good computers. And then you also have the Surface Laptop Go. This is a good overall budget laptop that I saw for 2020. That I'm honestly glad that there's a budget laptop now for PC. There's not that many budget laptops on the PC space that are actually good. So here's, Best Buy made it to the first of the list. I thought Microsoft would. Okay, there it is, Microsoft Surface Laptop Go. Alright. So yeah, this is the Laptop Go. It looks very premium as well. It's got more playful colors. So this blue is like a kind of metallic blue. It's a grayish. Is this the same color? Hold on. Yeah, it's like a gray blue type of thing. They have the gold as well. It's like bright gold. But yeah, this Surface laptop, the Surface Laptop Go or Go Laptop, Surface Laptop Go, it looks so good. You know, it's a good laptop for the price. I think it's like 600 and something. Let's see, what's the price on it? Yeah, it's where's the price? Can't find the price now. $549. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Starting from $549. Okay, that makes sense. So $549. That's a pretty good entry price. You need a good PC for school, and you're not like a computer science or data science major. You are in the right, place. That's a good starter laptop. And then when you get more money, go for the normal Surface, or go for the Surface Laptop 3, or even get a used Surface Laptop 2 for like $1,000. So you're getting good stuff. So for the Max, I want to switch to the Max now, but I want to make sure the live stream thing is working properly here before I go anywhere. I want to make sure that this is all good before I go anywhere else. So let's see. This is all good. Oh yeah, it's working perfectly. Okay. I like to check into my own stream on my other channel, my personal channel, just in case. All right. Next thing I want to check out here. So as I said, I have the MacBook Air, the M1 chip for the Apple products, and I love this computer. It's really, really thin, really light. And these things go for $9.99. This is my favorite Apple laptop for sure. But there's some other good stuff, so I'm gonna go into the apple.com. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Mac Mini. So the Mac Mini M1 Apple. So the Mac Mini is the cheapest way to get into the Apple ecosystem, into that Mac OS. So you can get into Mac OS for a good starting price of $6.99. So yeah, we go into the buy section. If we go into the buy section, the cheapest you can get one right now is for about $7.99. So yeah, $6.99. I'm sorry, $6.99 or $8.99. This is the two models. Of course, you can customize them and whatever. And these things compared to the Intel models, the older Intel model from 2018 is $10.99. So, you know, the M1s are more powerful than the Intel 1099 version at a fraction of the price. At $6.99, you get more power than the 1099 model. And it's using Apple Silicon, so everything's made by Apple. It's not space gray, it's silver, because the space gray is going to have the rumored M1X chip, which is not coming out yet, but it's coming out in Q2 of 2021, apparently. Now, the M1 MacBook Pro, this computer is I have the oh wow, look at that. M1 MacBook Pro, Apple. I got Surface ads now because I was looking at a Surface. Whoa, Microsoft. You're bombarding me now with your stupid ads? Jeez. Okay, here it is. So the MacBook Pro with the M1 chip. So you can get from... Okay, hold on. I'm trying to look at the M1 versions. Here they are. Okay, so you can start off... the M1 chip, so the 13.3 or the, okay, so here it is. Okay, so this one starts from, so it says new. Okay, yeah, here they are. So you can get the MacBook Pros, and these have a fan. So the MacBook Air doesn't have a fan, the one I have, but you can get it from $12.99 or from $14.99. So basically, that's the Mac Pro. It has a fan, and the Mac Mini has a fan as well. The one that doesn't have a fan is the MacBook Air, the one I have, and it actually doesn't need a fan. I'm live streaming right now, and I'll tell you what, it's a little bit hot on the back, not uncomfortable to touch, hot enough that, you know, it feels warm, but your lap won't be like sweating from it. I'm so happy with these new Apple products. So let's go into the recreational space here. Let's go into the, let's talk about the Airpods Max. Okay, are they not on the page anymore? I guess they're not. Okay, whatever. Let's search them up. Airpods Max. Let's search it up and let's get to that. So here it is, the AirPods Max. These are the new Apple headphones. These go for $550. I don't even have to look it up because I know. And it comes with a lot of new colors. It's Apple's new over-ear headphones that have noise cancellation and are the premium version of the Apple headphones. These things are really, really good. They come in like a space gray, silver, which is kind of like a white with silver, green, this pink, peach, salmon type of color, blue, and they all look really good. Some people complain that the mesh on the top of the headphone is a little bit delicate. It has the volume controls with digital crown, and this is probably the most innovative. This is probably not the most innovative, but the most unexpected device of 2020. I mean, people rumored it and showed pictures, but it didn't look anything like this headphone that Apple announced, the AirPods Max. The original name was supposed to be AirPods Studios, but these aren't studio headphones. So, therefore, AirPods Max. I actually agree with the name, and the reviews look good. And $550, the price is a little bit steep, but that's one of the new Apple products. On my best Apple products list, I say it's on the last. It's last. I would say it's in the last, toward the bottom of the list of my favorite Apple products of 2020 because of the price. Make it $399 or $350. I'd be having them on my head right now as we speak. Let's see, what else? Now, the best iPad to start off with. So if you're looking for a good iPad, and you're a starting student, like an artist or something, and you're looking to start off with, like a good budget iPad. Not budget that's like, oh, it's super low budget, but budget enough where it has the new magnetic Apple Pencil. So this is the iPad Air. The cheapest model, so I'm going to go for the cheapest here. I'm going to say the colors are the same. Okay, so here it is. The 64 gig version is $599 or $49.91 if you have Apple Card. But yeah, $599 for a 64 gig model, and it has Apple Pencil support, Apple Keyboard support. This is around the 11.1 inch screen size, so it's a good size iPad, and it actually works very well. It's right under the Pro. It has Pro level features. It's got a new enough chip. I think it's got the A12 chip. Let's see. iPad Air 2020 chip. Yeah, I think it's got one of the new chip. So what chip does the iPad Air have? A12. So yeah, A12 Bionic chip. So basically, last year's chip on a good priced iPad. So that's Apple products. So with assistive technology, this year has been a very calm year. So I haven't seen anything that blew my mind this year. I don't have anything to add when it comes to assistive technology. I want to open the table and say, does anybody have any assistive technology that came out this year that you recommend? Honestly, I'm drawing a blank here. It's been a weird year. I know that there's been some new things I've gotten emails about, like software updates, but I haven't really found any assistive technology that's like blown my mind when it comes to like physical devices. It's mainly been apps. So let's see. I wish YouTube Studio would tell me how many people are live, but it won't. So let me go into my phone and check that out. Or does it? Hold on. Let me check something else here. Okay, yeah, it does. So, all right. So, yeah, I see that, our viewership has gone down a little bit. So I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Thanks for all the comments and all the feedback and support. I will see you in the next live stream. I'm excited for what's to come with 2021 technology. See you soon.